Nadia checking in again. I'm recording a class today on the spleen and stomach meridians. And maybe for today, try setting an intention for yourself that you just want to listen to your body and kind of come into every shape nice and slow, okay? Even if you know the shape super well, just kind of take it easy and try and just be super mindful when you come into the shapes every time. So the first shape that we're coming into today is going to be a wide knee child's pose with a twist. So the actual child's pose part of it, the opening of the legs is going to activate the spleen meridian, because that kind of flows through the inner thigh. And then the twisting of the upper trunk of the body is going to activate the stomach meridian, and it'll just kind of get all the juices activated there and the nourishment that we need. So I take child's pose typically with the blanket underneath of me, so just go as wide as you're able to today, maybe trying to see if you can get your big toes to touch. If not, if you need to be here, that's okay too, as long as you kind of keep the space open between your legs here. So again, once you've kind of come into the lower trunk of the body, we're going to start with the right side. So we're going to twist over to the right side, okay? So then what you'll do here is, as you're breathing in, you're going to extend the right hand down, and then you'll twist over towards the right side. So bringing that left arm, left shoulder down, and you can choose to keep your hand on your left side, or you can choose to extend the hand out. It's really up to you here, whatever you'd like. And we're going to be here for about a minute. So go ahead and activate that long and deep ujjayi breath in through the nose and out of the nose. Maybe 3-4 counts in and 3 to 4 counts out. And maybe as you exhale, you notice that that left shoulder starts to feel a little bit heavier, which is totally okay. About a minute or so here. And slowly take that last inhale here. Last breath out. And very gently bring that right hand out. Extend yourself up. Kind of nestle into the hip here. And take a full extension in your child's pose for one breath in, one breath out. Slowly, really mindfully here once again, draw yourself forward. And then we're going to come on over to the opposite side. If you need to kind of relieve pressure off of the feet, gently curl your toes in and then draw yourself back out. All right, so take a big breath in through your nose. Extend that left hand out and twist on over to the right side. And maybe on this side you want to keep your hand extended, or you could twist your hand, that left hand, onto the opposite side, your right side, as you close your eyes here.
breath in through the nose. Long, deep breath out. Last breath in. And last breath out. Gently draw that left hand out in front of you. Untwist nice and slow. And take a full body extension, or halfway extension, excuse me, in your child's pose here. Full breath in. And full breath out. Gently make your way back onto a little bit of a seat here, and close your knees here. Close your legs. And what we'll do is kind of tilt. So right here, you're kind of tilted out. That tailbone is sticking out just a little bit here, ever so slightly in this position. So tuck the pelvis in, stay here. Hug the belly muscles in, core nice and tight. And as we take a big breath in, we'll extend the arms up and out. And exhale, heart center. We'll come into the next shape here. This one's definitely a little bit more challenging on both the right side and the left side. We're gonna come into dragon pose, starting with the right side. I normally always take this pose with some additional support. So I'm gonna fold up this blanket and kind of place it right here, because I feel like my knee would be in this position right over here. The right knee will kind of come onto this side. I will definitely use blocks for this particular pose. Excuse me. So you can bring your wrists in alignment with your shoulders, and as you take a big breath in, draw that right foot out. So almost like a runner's lunge here. And excuse me, I meant to start on the opposite side, but it's okay. We'll just start on this side here. So lift yourself up, bring some cushion to your kneecap, because your kneecap is gonna be on the floor a while. We're gonna be here for at least 2 minutes. I normally take this pose on my hands. If my hips are feeling extra flexible, I come down to my forearms, like so. I'm just not feeling super flexible like that right now today, so I'm not gonna take it that way. I would shake into the right hip, kind of twist yourself just ever so slightly here, really nice and slow, and then draw yourself forward. I'm gonna use the blocks to bring the ground closer to me, because that's gonna help alleviate some tension that I'm feeling right here. Once that's in alignment, check in with your shoulder blades here. As we hold this pose, a lot of times students like to kind of cave down. Keep yourself nice and straight, and then it's up to you what you want to do with the crown of your head. So you can extend the crown of the head up, keeping space between your ear and your shoulder blades, or you can give your cervical spine, meaning your neck, the back of your neck here, a little bit of a stretch by drawing the chin to the chest. So whatever feels okay here. Right heel is in alignment with that right knee. And we'll go ahead and start the timer here. And we'll be here at least 2 minutes, so make yourself kind of think of something else in this position, because this is a lot of tension that we're holding and creating on this right side. Maybe just focus on the depth of your inhale, the sound of it as it goes in through your nose. And exhale. And find what works for you here as far as your eyes, keeping them open or keeping them closed. Up to you. We're doing great here. We're at about a minute. A little over a minute now. Getting a little bit of a bend in your elbows here. You're doing great here. Less than 30 seconds. Last breath in. And last exhale. Next breath in. Slowly draw that right hip back, really nice and slow. If you hear pops, all that kind of good stuff, it's normal. It's just because of all that tension that we have isolated into the right hip to activate these certain meridians that we're nourishing today. If you have books or blocks, definitely bring some blocks over to you. You don't really want to fold down. You want to keep your spine nice and straight, nice long extension here for a breath in and a breath out. Last one. And last exhale. And this position here is just to fully stretch the back of the leg, mainly the hamstring. Draw that right hip back. And then bring the right knee to meet the left. Kind of wiggling it out right here. And then we're going to set up for the opposite side. So bringing the wrists in alignment with your shoulder blades. As you take a big breath in, draw that right foot, draw that left foot to the outside of your left hand. So we're going to take this position on the left side now. Just trying to get y'all to do it twice on one side, but no, I'm just kidding. We're going to keep this left foot on the outside of the left hand. Check in with the heel that it's in alignment with your left knee. And if you need to scoot this out just a little bit more so that you can stretch that right hip flexor out. So this portion right here, but on your right side. Make your way here nice and slow. And I always like to take a little bit of a twist and turn. Sometimes there's a pop, sometimes there's not. This is really going to depend on your hip flexibility. So if you don't think that you can do this, that's absolutely okay. Just listen to your body, check in. And then slowly make your way onto dragon on the left side. I'm going to bring my blocks under my hands because I really need that additional, I need the ground to be higher up for me personally, for my low back, due to all this tension I carry there, just on the daily. So We'll start activating that full, long, deep inhale, 3 counts in, maybe 4 counts in. Same with the exhale. We'll be here for about 2 full minutes. I want you to check in with your neck here too. Maybe you need the crown of the head extended up, or maybe you need to draw the crown of the head down to give the back of your neck, cervical spine, a stretch. A little bit of decompression there on that portion of your spine. Keeping your eyes closed or open, whatever feels good for you. So whatever helps you focus on the fact that this is uncomfortable. It's not the most comfortable to stay here, especially a pose like this for even 30 seconds. So if you need to focus on the sound, the length, the depth of the inhale, do that here. Make it meditational in some way by just focusing on your breath. Just a few more inhales here. We're almost out of it. Less than a minute here. Last breath in. And last exhale. You can sigh it out of your mouth if you need to. Gently, really, really slowly here, make your way out of this position. And we're going to take a little bit of a hamstring stretch here. So maybe extend the foot out a little bit more. Up to you. And definitely keep your spine nice and straight here. Maybe hugging the belly muscles in to create additional support for that low back. And exhale. One more breath in. One more breath out. And slowly make your way out of this. And the following position that we're going to take is Sphinx pose. So make your way onto your belly. If you'd like to skip this part, stretch my toes just a little, coming onto my tiptoes. And again, the following pose is Sphinx. So we'll be on our bellies here. Don't really need your blocks for that. And then my belly, my hips are gonna go right around here. So go ahead and make your way onto that position. And again, if you have any low back sensitivities, pinching of the nerves, anything like that, most definitely open the space up in between your feet, like as wide as you can go, wider than your mat. And that should help relieve some of that pressure, some of that tension that you deal with there. We'll be here for about 1.5 minutes. So coming into the elbows here, checking and seeing if they're sort of in alignment with the shoulders. And then draw your hands out. You can choose to stay here or just drawing the hands out in front of you with plenty of space in between your fingers so that they're still energized and you're almost like kind of gripping the mat a little bit here, feeling the ground beneath you. Focus on the inhale here, long and deep, 3-4 counts in. And 3-4 counts out. Making sure that as you hold the pose, you don't start to do this. Keep the space between the ear and the shoulder blade as much as possible here. Also checking in with your TMJ, especially if you've been told by your dental hygienist that you grind your teeth or anything like that. Maybe as you exhale, you take a lion's breath, extending the tongue outside of your mouth. Few more breaths in. Last inhale here. And last exhale. Remember, you can sigh it out of your mouth if you need to. We'll take a little bit of a full body stretch here. And last breath in. Last breath out. The following shape is dragonfly. So I would recommend that you place something underneath of your sit bones for this position, this next shape. So we're going to do a different variation of it. We'll take dragonfly with the twist to continue to activate the stomach meridians and that whole organ itself, okay? So we'll take a seat, just kind of however you want to get there. Get the flesh out from underneath of you. So we're going to take a really open stance with our legs here. My knees are, I feel like, just hypermobile, and because of that, I always place blocks underneath of my knees here so that I don't end up locking them out. You really want to avoid locking out the knees as much as possible. So blocks are a really healthy alternative for anybody that feels like that. So what you'll do is kind of draw your pelvis forward. You'll kind of notice that you tilt yourself up towards the front of the mat. It's almost like you're pulling yourself lightly. And so once you've kind of found as wide as you can go, and maybe you start off not super wide, and the longer that we stay in the pose, you'll notice that you can extend a little bit further. That's very normal with yin shapes. So just kind of come into it as much as you can right off the back, and then see if you can open up a little bit more later. So we're going to twist over to the right side first. So you're going to draw that right hand behind you. Try and keep that right hand nice and light so you don't have to fully extend out this way, because that's going to create lots of tension in your hand. So it's a light twist. Bring the left hand over to the outside of the right thigh and stay here. Keeping your eyes open or closed, whatever you want. Focused on the inhale. And maybe the length and the depth of the exhale. And try keeping the crown of your head extended up. It's like an extension, like you're being pulled here. And last breath in. And untwist as you exhale. And maybe you need to twist over to the left and to the right, because that was a lot on your spine. Maybe draw yourself back and then forward. And we're coming into it on the opposite side now. So twisting to our left. Draw that left hand back behind you. Notice earlier that I was extended here, and then I kind of extended out a little bit more, and that was because my fingertips were starting to tingle a little bit. So I dropped my hand a little bit further back, and that took away that tingling sensation. So then as you have taken your inhale, you're finally back here. Take another exhale out of your mouth, and the next breath in. Focus on the twist coming from the belly. Find a comfortable spot for that right hand. And then stay here, keeping the crown of the head extended up towards the ceiling. Again, like you're being pulled up. Focused on the inhale. And fully on the exhale. And if you're feeling a little bit of a tremble or a shake in your legs, it's normal. It's absolutely okay. The longer that we stay here, the more you'll sink in. You'll give your body to gravity here.
think of something here, like your breath or something that would put a smile on your face. Few more inhales. Few more exhales here. Last big breath in. And last exhale, you can sigh it out. Slowly bring that left hand out and twist as you exhale. And kind of wiggle your legs here a little bit. Sit up nice and straight. Move your blocks. And draw one foot towards the midline of your yoga mat. And then draw that left foot to meet the right. And tick-tock your feet here. Maybe pedaling the legs out ever so slightly here. Get any last wiggles out, anything that you need to get out as far as motion in your body. So the last and final pose is our corpse pose, our Shavasana. So for today, I'm actually going to use this under my head. And then the blocks I'm going to place underneath of my knees. So let me see if that kind of fits right there. Nope, not quite. So find a position that feels really, really nice for you here. Something that feels really good. So we're going to be here for multiple breaths. This is the longest pose. So you want it to feel really comfortable, maybe bringing your left hand onto your heart. Right hand onto your belly and focus on that inhale, letting your body feel heavy. breathe deep in. The next inhale, make it longer, maybe a little bit more deep than earlier. And exhale, start to bring some movement back into your hands. Gently remove the blocks from under you or any prop that was under your hips or your legs. Draw your knees in towards your chest and come on over to your left and then your right, your left and your right. Take a full body stretch, pointing your toes and your fingertips. And come on over to your side here. Newborn position, fetal position here, just kind of symbolic of a new beginning, of starting over. Your next breath in, use your strong upper body, your arms to draw yourself up. You can open up your eyes here or you can keep them closed. I'm going to go ahead and keep them closed for right now as I make my way into a comfortable meditational seat. We'll take a big breath in all together. Big inhale. Draw your hands up. Maybe open up the eyes here as you look at the ceiling, and exhale to hands to heart center. Last one, big breath in. And big breath out. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. I'm planning on recording something for tomorrow. So we'll see how long it takes YouTube to upload it. It usually takes a day or two. But hopefully y'all have been enjoying the classes and you're staying safe inside, getting a little bit of sun here and there where you can, and keeping your hands super clean as we all quarantine so that we can all hopefully go back to work one day. Sending everyone the warmest wishes and warmest regards. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank y'all. Namaste.